or welcome if you are new to this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already and be part of the military. You can also become a member for $2.99 a month. That gives you exclusive loyalty badges, member-only monthly live stream, and you get to see my videos 1 hour early before the general public, so hello to those members that are watching this 1 hour early right now. I haven't filmed a video like this in so long. Also, I have some flyaways. My hair is dying, y'all. I apologize if it's bothering you. It's bothering me too. I might actually have to dye my hair dark very soon because my hair is fried. So this video is the very requested tattoo video. So I'm going to be talking about pain levels, when I got it done, the tattoo artists, how long they took, and the meaning behind my tattoos, if I have any. Disclaimer, if you are a tattoo hater, then why the fuck did you click on this video? I am 24, almost 25, and I have 9 tattoos. I got one tattoo in 2014, which I have hidden from you guys and my mother until this point, and I actually told my mom like a couple months ago, and she was not happy about it. I have a Japanese family that don't like tattoos and a Japanese mom that doesn't like tattoos. My dad doesn't really seem to care that much. Okay, that's enough talking. We're gonna talk about my first tattoo. I'm gonna go in order from my first one to my most recent, which was a couple weeks ago. Actually 1 week ago, exactly today. My first tattoo, like I said, I got in October of 2014, and that is my lip tattoo. Here it is. Here it is. Funny thing is, you probably have no idea what it says. And this was the dumbest tattoo I've had, but also kind of my favorite tattoo and one that I definitely don't regret. A lot of people say that lip tattoos fade anytime in between like a month to a year, but like I said, I've had this since 2014, so it's been almost 5 years now. It has faded in certain spots, and that's why it's kind of hard to read. It says Nicole, which Nicole is my best friend from 3rd grade, and I got this done in Thailand when we were drunk. We were riding on a tuk-tuk. We just had the time of our life, and I passed by this tattoo shop and I'm like, stop the car. I knew I wanted a lip tattoo because that was the only one that I could fully hide from my mom. I do still hang out butt naked in front of my mom. I don't think it's a Japanese thing. I think it's just an us thing. We're like best friends. We're like best pals. I knew that my mom would see any tattoo that is on my body. I opted for a lip tattoo, and I was like, I'm just gonna put Nicole on it. Because no matter what, even if we weren't friends anymore, I was like, this bitch has taught me so much in life. She's been my only friend for so many years in my life. Where I went wrong was choosing a font. The tattoo artist asked me what kind of font I wanted. I chose like a curly looking font, like curls MT bad, like it's that bad. I did get a touch up on some spots that faded, but those spots also faded again. So I think my lip just doesn't hold a tattoo in some spots, so I'm kind of just leaving it as is. I like how it's faded and old, and it just holds so much memories. This tattoo maybe took a minute, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. It was super quick. So I'm gonna do a scale of 1 to 10 for pain ratings. This was probably like a 4 or 5. Honestly, the worst part about it was the fact that it was vibrating right on my teeth and just right in my mouth, and it was just a weird sensation. I'm actually planning on seeing if I can get my upper lip tattooed just because I have some more space in there, you know? That might be an awkward spot. So if I do end up finding the tattoo artist that did this tattoo, I will link them in the description down below. I do not remember the name right now, but I do follow him on Facebook, so I'm gonna look for it. I had a really good experience getting this tattoo. I got it done in Chiang Mai, Thailand. On to the next tattoo. Okay, so this tattoo is the one that I think I regret. I'm kind of trying to look at it more in a positive way now. So here's the backstory. It is my Breathe tattoo that I got done the first time I went to Bali. I actually did a vlog about it. The tattoo is not looking so hot anymore, I'm not gonna lie. How am I gonna, no. Come on, focus. Oh my God. Please, God. Can you see it? It says breathe, bitch. So this tattoo says breathe because I had just finished, I am out of breath. I just got done doing my first yoga retreat in Bali. So as you guys know, I've struggled with my mental health in the past, and so I thought this yoga retreat would be a very good experience for me, and it was. So I wanted to get this tattoo. It says breathe because I just tried the Wim Hof breathing method for the first time, which you should definitely Google and definitely check out. And after doing so, I felt the most bliss I've ever felt in my entire life. I was seeing colors brighter than ever. I felt like for the first time I wasn't depressed. So I wanted to write breathe on my foot. So the reason why I don't really love this tattoo is because on my way to the tattoo shop, I kind of had a huge bomb dropped on me. Just really bad news that put me in a horrible mood and kind of just kickstarted my depression all over again. At this point, I'm completely over it. It's in the past. But anytime I look at my foot, I just think about the time that I was getting tattooed. I still wanted to go to my appointment because that was like my first real tattoo that I've had. So I kind of just sucked it up, went to my appointment, and during my appointment, I was just acting as if everything was okay, but I was really just hurting inside horribly. And the tattoo also kind of hurt pretty bad too. It hurts, but it's good.
So, how is it? Is it bad?
I would say it was like a 6 or a 7 at some points and a lot easier at other points. The tattoo artist did go over it a bunch of times and that's when it started hurting. This tattoo probably took about 15 minutes, I want to say. So anytime I look at that tattoo, I kind of just associate it with that memory. I don't know, I kind of want to get it covered up, but also looking back at that time, the news that I learned was a huge turning point in my life and I wouldn't be where I am now and I wouldn't be as happy as I am now if I didn't hear that news. So I'm kind of waiting it out to see how I feel about it later. I might get it covered up, I don't really know yet. I got this tattoo done right next to the monkey forest in Ubud. I don't know the tattoo shop, I don't know the tattoo artist. It was just a random little tiny shop that I found on Instagram that day. Again, if I could find the info, I will put it on the description, but I probably can't for this one. I got this tattoo done in October of 2018, so it's been about 8 months. It faded a lot, but it also faded a lot in the beginning. So those were long stories about my first 2 tattoos. The rest of the tattoos don't really have as much of a backing behind it. Okay, so my third tattoo is beautiful, but kind of cringy. There she is. I love it. She is beautiful. It has just a bunch of sizes of roses and it goes all the way up to here, which usually ends up getting covered. So when I wear a sports bra, it usually gets cut off towards the top, but you can kind of see a little peekaboo at the bottom, which I think is really cute. This tattoo was done by Romeo Lacoste. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. No tea, we're not gonna get into the drama, but that is the first and last tattoo that I will be getting from him. I actually had a really good experience getting this tattoo. Way less painful than I expected, especially on the ribs because I heard that that is a super painful spot, but the tattoo artist had a really light hand. Honestly, at some points it felt like I wasn't even getting tattooed. The single needle line work is probably what hurt the most in all of my tattoos. It feels like a really strong cat scratch. I don't like it, but regardless, I think pain-wise, this was probably a 3 out of 10. I believe I got this done in November. It healed beautifully. It still looks great. So I wanted to get this tattoo because it reminds me of my grandma. She's always had a garden in her house, so I wanted to get something floral, plus I just love roses. I love the look of rose tattoos. I know it's overdone, but I don't get sick of it, and I've always wanted a rose tattoo. So a lot of my first tattoos are hidden because of my family, and just because I'm afraid of my grandparents seeing them. So it's kind of ironic that this tattoo is for her because she would hate it. So this tattoo, I think, took about an hour and a half. It felt really quick, and I paid $500 for it, which is very expensive, and it was also discounted. That tattoo was done in Los Angeles, by the way. So the next tattoo that I actually got 2 at the same time. I got these in Bali once again on my second trip to Bali. I went on this trip by myself. I kind of just wanted to be alone by the beach and it was a great trip. I loved being by myself. I first got this thigh piece. I might have to stand up to show you guys. Praying she's in focus, but here it is. 3 coordinates. I forget what font, but I love the font. Come here. I know! Okay, so this tattoo was done at Artful Ink Bali. Often at this tattoo shop, they get artists from other countries for like a limited time. So the artist is no longer at this shop. She is back at home in Ukraine. I got this done by Vlada. Her Instagram is v.shevchenko.tattoo. Sweetest woman. I also love this shop. I cannot wait to go back to Bali to get tattooed there again. So I might be wrong about the order of the coordinates. I would have to Google them, but they are 3 locations, and I believe the first one is my neighborhood that I grew up in California, which will always hold a special place in my heart. It's where I started my YouTube channel. And the second location is my neighborhood in Japan that is also my home, that I also part-time grew up in. I didn't make them exact coordinates because you can just Google them and then you'd find like like addresses. So I basically just got like vague locations because I knew this tattoo would be on the internet. The third location is actually where I had my yoga retreat the first time in Bali, which was in Chiang. Beautiful, beautiful beach town that I can't wait to go back to. Again, I just had an amazing experience there and I feel like I made huge strides mentally. It was just a place that I don't want to forget and I never could forget, but I just wanted to get it tattooed on me as well. Pain-wise, this tattoo was very weird. At points, I could not stop laughing. I was also sweating pretty badly. The papers on the chair were like ripping. It was an uncomfortable tattoo, but not a super painful tattoo. I would say it was about a 5. I think because I have a pretty chubby thigh, it didn't hurt that much, but there was points where I felt like it was kind of vibrating towards like my pelvic bone or my hip bone. That's where it felt the most weird, and that's where I felt like I was like gonna laugh. So if you are planning on getting a tattoo there, just know it might be weird. But it was also not that bad. Again, a 5 out of 10, so not too bad. I think this tattoo took about an hour. Vlad is also very light-handed, so I was able to just chill on my phone and stuff like that. Price-wise, I believe I paid about $150 for this tattoo and for this butterfly tattoo that I will go over in a second. I got these tattoos done in January, so it's been about 6 months. I don't really... You really gotta do that right now? I embarrassed him. I don't have a favorite tattoo, but this is definitely a meaningful one. So again, my next one is this butterfly. Here she is. She is beautiful and so detailed. I'm in love with it. I got this tattoo on a pretty insecure part of my body because I wanted to love that part of my body, and it worked. I actually love this part of my arm now because of this tattoo. I tried to make meaning out of this tattoo because there's a lot of butterflies in Okinawa, but honestly, I just wanted a butterfly tattoo. I thought it was pretty. I liked the way it looked. So yeah, this is definitely one of my few tattoos that don't have a meaning whatsoever. Vlada designed this tattoo and she kind of just made her own design, so it's not a specific type of butterfly, which I think is really cute and unique. It is single needle and it is super intricate, and I'm surprised that it looks so beautiful even 6 months later. This tattoo was pretty painless. It was like a 3 out of 10. It probably took about 20 to 30 minutes if I could remember correctly. This tattoo was done as kind of easing my way into visible tattoos because if I put my arms like this, you can't see it. My next tattoo I also vlogged, and that is my sternum piece. I don't even know if this is technically a sternum piece because it's kind of lower. It's honestly kind of sternum, kind of stomach tattoo. And that is another butterfly because I just love the way butterflies look. I'm honestly pretty sweaty right now. So this is it. This was done by Bruno on Melrose in Los Angeles, and this took quite some time. I think about 2 to 3 hours of tattooing and about like 2 hours of design. I really wanted to add the little danglies. I don't really know what they're called. They just look like jewelry, like permanent jewelry. I feel like that kind of just completed the look. This is done with a lot of dot work. Funny thing about this tattoo is when I'm really skinny, this tattoo is small. And like if I have a meal, you best believe that tattoo is growing. So in the future, when I'm pregnant, that tattoo is going to be a big butterfly. I actually think that's cute. I think it's funny. It's just growing in size. It's a butterfly, it doesn't really matter. So originally with my rib tattoo that I got done by Romeo, I wanted to get it done on this side and also have him make kind of a connecting piece right here. Since it didn't work out with him, I found Bruno and we kind of just made a completely new design, something different from what I wanted, because I didn't want him to copy this on this side. That would have just been dumb and it wouldn't have looked good. But now I feel like off center because I have a big butterfly here and then I have this rose piece and I kind of feel like this side's empty. So I might want to do something on this side in the future. I don't really know yet. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments down below. This tattoo was extremely painful and not painful at the same time. At points it was like a 1 and I fell asleep. And at times it was like a 10. Maybe a 9.5. I was expecting extreme pain because this spot just seems really sensitive. It hurt more towards the center, more towards the sternum. So I think if you got like an actual sternum piece, maybe that would hurt more. A lot of this tattoo is dot work, and I realized dot work is pretty comfortable. It doesn't really hurt that much. It's just like light poking. The outline was a little uncomfortable, but the thing that hurt so freaking bad is the white ink. The artist told me that the white ink hurts so much because you have to go deeper because the white is thicker. So there are highlights in this tattoo, and that was done in the end. So the tattoo only hurt in the end, maybe for like 20 minutes, and the rest of the 2 to 3 hours was pretty painless. This tattoo has absolutely no meaning. I just wanted something there. I kind of just wanted to be hashtag tatted. I was just on a tattoo kick and I felt like this space was just empty. I felt like it needed something. This tattoo was a couple $100s. Again, it's on Melrose in LA, super bougie. Definitely more expensive area. I'll have his links in the description down below. I got this tattoo done in March, so it's definitely healed now. Feels comfortable. I don't know why it's a little itchy sometimes still. Maybe she's just a little dry. I don't know. So my next tattoo was super spontaneous. I went to Dallas for a convention and I had some free time. I really like getting tattoos in other places other than my hometown because it helps me remember that time and it helps me remember that trip. I'm a huge traveler, but I also have a horrible memory, so I just wanted this to remind me of this Dallas trip that was only 2 days long. So this is it. It says, "You got this." And this is done in Times New Roman font. As you can see, got is a little bolder than you, and this is a little bolder than got. And that wasn't planned. The artist did warn me that going this small was a little dangerous in the sense where it wouldn't be as clean. I took the risk, and I actually don't mind that it kind of gets bolder. I kind of like it. I literally just arrived in Dallas and I was at my hotel and I just wanted to get a tattoo, so I found the nearest tattoo shop that was actually only 6 minutes away from the hotel. I was inspired by this tattoo because I saw a tattoo that said, "Yes, I can." So I kind of wanted something a little motivational because, you know, my mental health is a struggle. I also have a lot of dreams, a lot of passions, and a lot of things I'm working on that I just wanted motivation for. Simple enough, I got this tattoo. It was very quick. I love the shop and I love the artist. They literally answered my call and I was there in like 10 minutes and we got it done and then we were out. I don't remember how much it cost. I think it was $50 or something. But I got this done at Dallas Tattoo and Arts by Daniel Garcia. Pain-wise, I would say this tattoo was like a 3 or a 4. It was so quick. Literally, when tattoos are so quick, you don't even remember the pain. The only thing is, it was such a weird spot on my arm. It gets distorted when I move it. We had to replace it a few times. I also had to stay really still while he was tattooing so I didn't mess it up. I couldn't even be on my phone. I was literally just sitting there like, so that was that tattoo. I have 2 more left that I got done at the same time. The first one is this one on my arm. This was done exactly a week ago from today. So she is still healing. She is still peeling. It has thin line work, dot work, and white ink. And I think it is so cute. So as you can see, this is my mom tattoo and this is my dad tattoo. Originally, I was thinking of doing a dad in a heart right here, but I didn't really like how symmetrical it looked. I got a tiger for my dad because, don't laugh, try to hold it in for a second. My dad's football team is the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not a football fan whatsoever, but growing up, my dad has always been watching their games. We've been to a game together, and I just wanted something that reminded me of my dad. So I got a Bengal tiger. Actually, I don't even know if this is a Bengal tiger. It's literally just like kind of an abstract-y tiger. I didn't care for it to be specific or realistic whatsoever. It's definitely more aesthetic than anything. So yeah, I got a football team tattoo. This tattoo average was like a 5 on the pain scale, but sometimes a 7, again with the white ink. It actually hurt more when I got closer to like the bend in my arm. The rest of it was kind of a breeze. There is some white ink highlights on it and the eyeball is white, and yeah, the white ink hurt a little bit, not gonna lie, she hurt. This was done by Bruno at @dotwork_ink studio in Melrose. I love it so much, and it's a visible tattoo and it kind of scares me, and I'm definitely gonna have to wear long sleeves in Japan now. But yeah, for this tattoo and this one, it was $250. This tiger took about 2 hours of design / waiting around, and maybe took about 2 hours of tattooing as well. Again, this was done by the same person as the butterfly sternum piece. Right after that, I got a mom tattoo. I wanted to get them at the same time because I love my parents equally. I got my mom tattoo here. This had to be replaced a couple times because it kind of stretches and sits differently depending on how my arm is sitting. Originally, I wanted a traditional mom tattoo with the banner and the little arrow through it, but I found this tattoo online and I thought that it'd be so cute just to write mom in there. Really simple font, really thin. line work. It's cute, it's cheesy. I love the cuteness and the cheesiness to it. This was super quick. It maybe took about 10 minutes. On a pain scale, it was like a 4. You guys could probably guess the meaning of my mom tattoo. Love my mom. She definitely didn't want me to get this tattoo, and I told her I would anyways. She still hasn't seen it yet, but I'm sure she's watching this now. Konnichiwa kasa, hontou ni gomennasai. So anyways, that is it for my tattoos. I'm definitely not done getting tattoos. So in the future, if you want another one of these videos, definitely let me know. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe if you haven't already, it is free. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media. Everything will be linked in the description down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!